Hello, I decided to do a video where I show all the books and movies that I got for Christmas. Now, I don't normally do these book haul videos or these DVD update videos, like that's never really been my thing, but I figured I got some pretty interesting movies and books for Christmas, so I figured I'll do a little video showing what I got. Now, out of the books that I got the novel Fallen Angel by William... I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name. I'm probably going to have to look up how you pronounce it, because when I read this, I'm definitely going to be doing a review on it. Now, this is the book that inspired the movie Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro, and I'm a huge fan of the movie Angel Heart, so I really wanted to read the book that inspired that movie. But yeah, that's Fallen Angel. I also got the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers novel, and I'm a pretty big fan of the original movie that came out in the 50s and the 1978 remake. I'm a pretty big fan of those movies, so I definitely wanted to check out the novel that inspired those movies. So I'll definitely give this a read at some point in the future. I also got the novel Pin by Andrew Neiderman. Now, I'm a huge fan of the movie Pin that was made based on this book, and Andrew Neiderman, he also wrote the book that inspired the movie The Devil's Advocate. Now, I love the movie The Devil's Advocate, but I wasn't too crazy on the book, so I'm hoping, I do enjoy this book a little bit more, because, once again, I'm a pretty big fan of the movie that was made based on this book, and from what I heard, the movie version was pretty true to this, so once again, I'm hoping I get some enjoyment out of this book, because I really did love the movie. The next book I got is volume 26 of The Walking Dead, and I am a pretty big Walking Dead fan, and I collect the series in the volumes forms. I know some people who collect it in the single magazine form, but once again, I collect it as in the form of volumes. The next book I got is this big-ass book on horror movies. It's called Essential Horror Movies, and it's written by Michael Mallory. I'm definitely gonna give this a read. I don't know if I'll ever do a review on it, but I'm definitely planning on reading this in the future. The next book I got is this book on the films of Guillermo del Toro, and I'm a huge Guillermo del Toro fan, so I'm definitely going to give this book a read. Once again, I'm not really sure if I'll do a review on this book, but I'm definitely going to give it a read, though. Now I want to show some of the movies and TV shows that I got on DVD for Christmas. The first thing I want to show is this DVD set featuring all the original Quatermass serials. Now, when it comes to the Quatermass series, I've only seen the movie version of Quatermass and the Pit. Basically, all three of these serials were also made into movies, and I've seen the movie version of the third one, Quatermass and the Pit, and I really liked that movie, so I definitely want to check out some of the original Quatermass serials, and I actually do want to see the first two Quatermass movies at some point, because I'm actually planning on reviewing all the Quatermass movies in October. The next thing I got is this DVD set featuring all the original Fly movies. Now, this only has the original series. It doesn't have the David Cronenberg remake or the sequel to the David Cronenberg remake, but that's alright because I already had those, and I actually already had the original The Fly on VHS, and I had it on DVD as well, but I got this set, or I asked my aunt to get this set for me because it had The Curse of the Fly, which was really the only one I did not own, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking this out. The next movie I got is King Kong Lives. Now, this is a sequel to the 1976 remake of King Kong, and I remember seeing parts of this on TV when I was a little kid, and I just wanted to get the movie on DVD, and I've heard that this one really isn't that good, but I guess I'll give it a watch and find out on my own whether it's good or bad, and if it's bad, it will just just be another addition to my growing DVD collection, which is quickly becoming bigger than my freaking room. The next DVD I got is the 5th season of American Horror Story, which is called Hotel. Now, I'm hoping I like this better than Freak Show, because I absolutely hated Freak Show. I really liked the first 3 seasons, but Freak Show was shit. I'm hoping I like this one a little bit better, and I still have not yet watched the new season that they have out now. The next 2 movies I got are The Omen 3 and The Omen 4. Now, I'm actually going to be reviewing all the Omen movies in October, and I've already had the first 2 Omen movies, so I really wanted to get the 3rd one and the 4th one. And I remember seeing the 3rd one when I was a little kid, and I remember liking it. This is one that I think a lot of people are kind of mixed on. Some people like it, and some people really don't, and I remember seeing Omen 4 once, and I remember it not really being that good, but I'm kind of a completionist, so since I already got Omen 3, I wanted to get Omen 4, and once again, I'm going to be reviewing all these movies in October. Next, I got this DVD set featuring some episodes of the show A Hauntin'. Now, this was a show on the Discovery Channel. I'm not sure if it's still on the Discovery Channel or not, but basically, it's a documentary series where they interview people who supposedly had supernatural experiences. Like, they interview people who claimed that their houses were haunted, and they do, like, reenactments, and I've always enjoyed this show, and some of the reenactments that they do on this show are actually pretty freaking creepy. I'll admit, some of them have pretty bad acting in it, but once again, I've always enjoyed this show. The next movie I got is The Devil's Partner, which is an old public domain horror film. Next I got Firestarter. Now, I've actually never seen the movie Firestarter, and I've never read the book either, but I definitely want to check this movie out. The next movie I got is an old silent horror film called Faust, which is actually directed by F.W. Murnau, who also directed the original Nosferatu. Now, this is based on the old legend Faust, which is one of the most famous, like, stories about a man selling his soul to the devil, and I just started watching this movie, and it's actually pretty good so far. Next, I got this DVD set featuring all the Blind Dead movies. Now, this is a series I've always heard a lot about, and I've always wanted to check out, and I'm definitely going to be giving these movies a watch, hopefully in the not-too-distant future. Next, I got an old silent film called The Devil. And I also got Logan's Run, and I haven't seen this movie in years, but I remember really liking this movie when I first saw it. I also got a Lucio Fulci movie called Voices from Beyond. The next movie I got, and this is going to be a pretty controversial one, and some of you might be thinking, why the hell did I ask for this movie? And the reason I got this movie is really for its historical significance and the fact that I am a pretty big movie buff, and this film does have an important part to play in film history, even though it is a disgusting propaganda film, but that is The Birth of a Nation. Yes, I know, it's a terribly racist film, and the movie was made as a propaganda film for the KKK, and once again, the message of the film is deplorable, but this movie invented filmmaking techniques that are still being used today, and this is also the first feature-length movie, so that's the real reason I got this movie, is for its historical significance, and because this movie, despite how much of a shameless piece of propaganda this film is, this movie does have an important part to play in film history, and that's the real reason I asked for this movie. Next, I got this old silent film called The Blasphemer, and from reading the back of it, it sounds like it's a Christian propaganda film, but it looks kinda enjoyable, so I might enjoy this. Next, I got the 1943 version of The Phantom of the Opera, which Universal put out, and I remember seeing this one when I was a little kid, but I haven't seen it in years. Next, I got a film called Dante 01. I also got an old silent horror film called The Phantom Carriage, which this DVD also came with another movie called The Stroke of Midnight. I also got this film called The Doctor and the Devils, and I also got another silent horror film called The Phantom Chariot, and the last movie I got is the 1984 Michael Crichton film, Looker. Oh wait, no, this is 81. Sorry, I was actually thinking of another Michael Crichton film that came out in 84. But yeah, those are the movies and books I got for Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've seen any of these movies or read any of these books, let me know what you think of them, and bye.